Hey guys, in this tutorial, I'm going to show you how you can add the Elementor carousel slider arrows anywhere you want. So anywhere on your page that you want them to be. There are two different ways to go about it. So what you're seeing up here is not the same as what is down here. They are totally different methods. So if you click on this, it takes you to the right and to the left. The same thing with this one, and you see I positioned it up here, which is not something that you would be able to do normally, except you know how to use Elementor very well. So I'm going to show you the two methods. I already have everything here. One of them requires custom code, while the other one is is a part of Elementor default setting. But I'm going to tell you the first method is not flexible. It allows you to do what you want to do, but it's not as flexible as the second method, which is custom code. So I'm just going to show you how to do that. I'm going to copy this carousel here, so we're not starting from scratch. And yeah, I already have it pasted here. So by default, this is how your arrow would look like. It would be in the middle, and in the middle here, that's when you turn on navigation. The arrow on your slider, whether you're using carousel widgets, you're using slider widgets, you're using which other one again, loop carousel, they're always going to be in the middle when you start out. So I already styled the button. I'm not going to make a tutorial for how to style the button. That's a normal thing you should know with Elementor, but I'm going to show you how to position it now. So the first thing you're going to do is for the previous arrow, which is this one here, you choose start. And for the next arrow, which is this one here, you also choose start. So they go to the bottom. That's the reference point you want to use. You should not, if you want something to be at the top, always put it at the top first before you start doing anything, so your code doesn't get messy. Or if you want it to be at the bottom, you make sure that they're both at the bottom first. So once you're at the top, now we're going to create an offset. So the offset we're going to create is we're just going to get it to the top part. So this is, let's start the first one up here. We're going to use the down key on our keyboard. So this is minus 50. Let's get it up a little bit more. Let's say minus 75. So you're going to copy this minus 75. You come to the second one and paste it in. So they're both at the same parts, the same offsets at either parts. If you want this to be your desired location, you can leave it like this. But now we need to get this one to the left. And how do we do that? We just simply come here and click start. And now it's at the left. So, but you see they're both at the left. So what do? You need to add in space. The way you add space is using this on the next arrow, you just use minus again, because we're trying to offset. So minus 50, for example, would give it this. You can increase this based on your design specification. So once you've done this, that's all. It works even on mobile. It keeps the same reference point on mobile. Let's see what's going on here. All right, I'm going to figure out what's going on in a minute. Just pause the video. All right, I know why now. I set the view height of the main container to 50%. That's why it was like that. So I just increased it. You see, as you can see, it keeps the same reference point on mobile, the same exact space spot. So that's one way to do it. But then what if you wanted to have something at the top next to it? How would you do that? So the hack I used here was I created a container, um, and I just made sure that it sat inside the container. So I'm just going to copy that container here again. Uh, where is that? Okay, so now we'll go to the main container, paste this in, and we drag in this stuff up here. So now you see it's at the top there. Uh, since we're using remote positioning, you can adjust this to fit exactly at the middle based on your design. But that's why I said this is not flexible. It's not as flexible as the second method, because you still have to rely on all these absolute positioning. And then this here you're seeing, I gave it a margin left of 122. So this is how you would do this using the normal Elementor way. But I'm going to tell you, if you, let's say you wanted to get this to be at the middle, and then you just want to be able to have full control over it, this method is not going to be the best. So the second method that I use, that I created, is this one. So I'm going to copy the carousel for this second one here. Okay, just going to get rid of this, and I'll paste it on the second part. So this is the second one. For the second one, you don't need the navigation on. So turn off the navigation. Just turn it off, because we're not going to be using that. We're going to be using custom um, buttons, custom icons to create our own. So I'm just going to copy this again to save time because most of you already know Elementor. I don't need to keep showing you how to create layouts. So I'm just going to drag it up here, then I'll explain the layout for you. So inside this container, I have another container that has two icons. So these are the two icons you see. I created the icons to look exactly like this one up here. Okay, not exactly, but this is a tutorial, so I didn't get the size right. But then that's not the point. So I added this, made it framed, added one, added the width, and yeah, also added the hover, whatever. So now, how do you make this custom icon work for this carousel or slider or whatever you're using? It's very simple. I created a custom code. I'm going to give you the custom code. Um, all you have to do is check the description. You're going to see the code is on Gumroad. Just copy everything and you can put it in a HTML widget. But what I suggest is the way I made this code, the code can work for unlimited sliders. So what I just do is I suggest you go to Elementor, you go to custom code, you click on add new custom code. Okay. You choose body end. It should be at the body end so it loads last. And then you paste in let's copy the code first. Then you paste in this code that I've written here. Okay. Once you just give it a name of anywhere, you can name it anything you want, anywhere arrows or something. And then for publish, you just let it be on entire site because it's not going to run if it doesn't find anything. But if you want it to be only on the front page, for example, you choose singular and then you choose front page. Okay. But in our case, we want it to be on the entire site. So we click save and close. And yeah, now this code is going to work. We don't need to use a HTML widget. So now that we have that code in place, I suggest using this method. Um, the next thing you're going to do is for the instance, that's this one you're doing here. What you're going to do is the first icon, you're going to go to advanced and you give it an ID of carousel scroll. Let's check. Let me check this. That's where what I named it. Okay. I'm going to leave this up here as well. I'm going to leave this after the video. You see it there. Uh, you just give this first one this ID. The ID is carousel one scroll left. Okay. The reason why it's carousel one is so this is our first carousel. We're going to give this an ID of carousel one as well. So next here is the second one. You give it an ID of carousel one scroll. This is right, right? Scroll right. You make this small letter, scroll right. So now once you've done these two things, the last thing you need to do is you come to the carousel, that's this exact one, and you give it an ID of carousel one. Okay. So you get the logic. If you have another one, this would be carousel two. You put two here, three, 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 four, four, four. So it works unlimited. That's how I made the script. It finds everything when the page loads. So now that we've created both of these, let's test them out and see how they work. So the first one, obviously, it works, and second one, it also works. So let's say you want to create another slider again in the same page. Let's duplicate this. One thing with Elementor, when you duplicate a section, it gets rid of all the IDs because an ID is supposed to be specific to an element. So you see that ID is gone. So now we're doing it for another slider. This is carousel 2. So we need to make this 2. We need to add in this one as well. Make this 2. And this is right. So we change it right. And then for this carousel, we name it carousel 2. Okay. So like I said, this works for all carousel slider based widgets. If it doesn't work for any of them, let me know. I'm going to fix it. I'll create another code that accommodates it on the comment section. So you see, it works. This one only affects this one. So with this second method, it means you can do basically anything you like. You can use anything for, you can even use a button to be your slider left or right. You can use anything you want. So that's how ambiguous this code is. And yeah, as you can see, I position this inside of this other element. So which means I have full control exactly the position. If I wanted this to be at the top, it would be. If I wanted it to be at the bottom, it would be. If I wanted to even take this here and put it up in another place, it's gonna work. So yeah, that's basically it, guys. I hope you guys found this video useful. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to leave a comment in the comment section below. And I'm creating a WhatsApp group for Elementor slash Bricks community. So if you're somebody that you need somebody to guide you or make tutorials like these, you can check the description. You're going to see the link to it. Once you join, you can ask questions about anything. I'm always looking for video ideas because I don't like making videos that I feel nobody really asked for. You understand? So this current video I'm making, it was asked by someone in the someone on WhatsApp from YouTube, and they gave me this layout, and they said they wanted to create this custom stuff. So that's why I made this whole tutorial. So anything you want, whether it's in Bricks, whether it's in Elementor or Breakdance or Webflow, it doesn't matter. Just let me know. Join the community, and I'm always online. Once I see it, I'll make a video about it. So yeah, that's basically it, guys. I'll see you guys in the next one.